everyone, my name is Mridul and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys kind of like a foundation routine. A lot of you guys compliment me on my base and I've kind of picked up a few tricks here and there, so I thought why not combine them all and share it with you guys in today's video. Yeah, I think that's basically about it. If you want to know how to get a flawless base, then keep on watching. But before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I'm nominated for the Cosmopolitan Blogger Awards for the Beauty Influencer of the Year category. So don't forget to go vote for me. You need to add your email ID and name as shown above. Step 1 would have to be exfoliation. You have to exfoliate your face at least twice a week. I personally do have combination to oily skin and I tend to get these really weird dry patches around my face, and foundation tends to cling onto those dry patches. So make sure to exfoliate around your nose, your chin, and just those weird areas where dry skin tends to get collected. Exfoliation will help foundation lay better on your skin. So I'm done exfoliating. My skin feels baby soft and it feels like a great like canvas to lay my foundation on top of. But I'm not going to lay foundation directly onto my skin. It's very important to moisturize. Now if you have dry skin, it would be ideal to use something more hydrating, something more thick in consistency. Whereas if you have oily skin, a gel moisturizer would be perfect. But regardless, do make sure to use a moisturizer all over your face and bring it down to your neck as well. I'm gonna let this penetrate into my skin for about 5 minutes and then we can get started with our base makeup. Now before foundation and after moisturizer comes primer. So a primer acts kind of like a layer between your skin and the foundation. For today, I'm going to be using the Nykaa's Prep Me Up Primer. We're kind of laying down a base just for our foundation to lay more evenly. Now, personally, I don't really use primers, but I thought I would put it in here because I do know some people have extremely textured, uneven skin, and primer does tend to help them. It's really important to pick the right shade of foundation. So I would recommend going to a store and swatching the foundation on your jawline and bringing it down to your neck. And that's not it. You should leave it on for, I would say, 5 to 10-ish minutes because some foundations tend to oxidize, which basically means once they come in contact with oxygen, they change their color. So it becomes darker. Never ever test out your foundations on your wrist. Always make sure to test it right here and blend it down to your neck just to make sure everything is the same color. Just like how picking the right shade of foundation is essential, so is the consistency and the formula. What I mean is, for example, if you have dry skin, I would recommend going for a more hydrating liquid foundation, whereas if you have oily skin, it would make sense to go for a powder or stick foundation. For me today, I'm gonna go with the L'Oreal's Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Foundation and I'm in the shade 300 Amber. Now I see people using way too much foundation in the beginning itself. I would recommend using a little bit at a time and building it up later if required. So what I'm doing right here is I'm applying the foundation using my fingers on the centers of my face, and then from the centers I'll blend it outwards. In order to blend my foundation, I personally like to use a beauty sponge. This is the PAX beauty sponge. Brushes tend to leave brush strokes on your face, and of course we're going for that flawless look, so a sponge works well. Another tip that I would give you is not to pick up the product directly with the sponge and then apply it, because otherwise the sponge is gonna absorb most of the product and that will lead to product wastage. So apply the foundation on your face using your fingers and then use a damp sponge. So what you want to do is you want to run this under water and then take a towel or a tissue and then just squeeze it out maybe twice. And that's going to get rid of all the excess water. You don't want your sponge to be wet, but you want it to be damp. And then simply you want to press the product into your skin, or you could even bounce it, but you never want to swipe your foundation because it's just going to move your product around. You want to go in swift bouncy motions. Another great thing about using a beauty sponge is that it's going to help you avoid that cakey sort of a look, because the sponge tends to absorb all the excess product, leaving your face super flawless. Other than that, always bring the foundation down to your neck, and if you're going to be wearing something with a lower cut, also bring it down to your chest Also your ears, because your ears are of course going to be visible. And most importantly, don't forget your hairline. I'm going to be using the Maybelline's Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm in the shade Medium. As you can see, I'm on my last leg, so it's a much loved concealer. All I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it especially under my eyes, because I want a little bit more coverage under my eyes. And other than that, just the high points of my face. So the tip of my nose, a little bit between my eyebrows, a little bit on the chin, and my cupid's bow. I think that's enough. If you have some pimples that you want to cover up, you could do that, but I think I'm fine with this much. And then again, I'm gonna go in with my handy beauty sponge and just press it in. Definitely do not swipe, because this will only move your foundation also underneath. And then with whatever's left, I'll also bring it on top of my lid. Now soon after the application of concealer, you should move on to powder. You need to do this really quickly, otherwise you're going to start creasing. So for today, I'm going to be using the Maybelline's Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 30. Now even if you have dry skin, you do not want to skip on this process. Before you apply the powder, take your sponge and take a mirror really up close and just figure out if you have any creases, and just quickly just wipe them off. And then go in with your powder and set everything in place. Of course, if you have dry skin, you want to use very little amount of it. Make sure to use it under your eyes and also on your smile lines. I also like to take this powder and set my eyelids. If you have oily skin, you can of course take it all over your face. Now when it comes to smile lines, you want to kind of do that and powder up your smile lines. Also, if you tend to get like those lines on your forehead, just relax your forehead and then press the product in. And this is what the complete base makeup looks like. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys learned something new. I hope this was helpful and of course fun to watch. I'm gonna make sure to link all the products that I used in the description box below. And also just putting it out there, I don't do all of these steps every single time I wear makeup, but if I have like a special occasion or like a special event to go to, I will do all of the steps for like the best results. So yeah, I think that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe, click on the little bell to get notified every single time I post a new video. Follow me on my Instagram and follow Simbaa Lifestyle. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.